confirmed that the South has finally united to go against any Northern president. Imagine come 2027. Yesterday, a incident happened at the PDP Governors Forum when Wike, the current FCT minister that we know that he has two legs, one leg in APC, one leg in PDP, said that the PDP, no matter what, must not give North the presidential ticket. That doing that will be an affront to the gentleman agreement the North has with the South. All right? You'll see that come 2027, the North are doing everything to reclaim the power, and it is clear. And for this reason, they have started frustrating Wike in Abuja. Before I go ahead into this matter and discussion, let it be known that I am not a fan of Wike, but I am only here to explain to you the dichotomy, the principalities and powers the North have always used to emotionally blackmail we Southerners and indeed the Middle Belters. Earlier today, I released a program where I said that Miyetti Allah are demanding billions, that over 50,000 Fulani'S have been paid. Please, when their farmers were attacking people's farms, Miyetti Allah was never where to be found. Let me go back to the issue of Wike. Now in Abuja, Wike has been told that cows will graze openly and nobody, no man born of a woman or no woman born of even a woman or any child where they are born through IVF, where they incubate, can stop a Northerner from behaving the way he likes even in his own territory. Now, the first thing is, to my Fulani brothers, you must understand that Abuja does not belong to the Northern Fulani's. Abuja is a land originally owned by the Gwaris. These are the people who are what? Closely related. In fact, Abuja was a part of the Southern Kaduna before it was what? Drafted out by Babangida. However, today we agree that Abuja has been located in a place we call North Central. Yes, because of the north that it has. Imagine if they say they want to change North Central to Middle Belt. You can imagine the level of crisis and chaos. Because that north to the oligarchs is very important. They see it as Northern Nigeria. But indeed, I know that the Middle Belters know who they are. Now, they have now issued this statement. And Wike had to confess. In fact, Wike, I could not believe it. I am beginning to think that, so even if it was Wike that won the election, Wike might not have had the capacity to face and confront the Northern hegemony. Or could it be Wike is just trying to play safe? Because he has not gotten there and he knows that the future still holds something for him, holds an opportunity for him to run as the presidency. So he doesn't want to what? Doesn't want to insult the intelligence. He doesn't want to offend the collective force of the North. He has said, well, we are in a... I'm going to just watch the video. All right, welcome back. Now, you can see there that Wike, a man that we have always known to be vocal, blunt, a man who doesn't know how to talk with his tongue in cheek, a man who doesn't know how to, hide informations. All of a sudden, I am seeing Wike fidgeting. Surprisingly, Wike cannot say that I will achieve a ban on open grazing. When we have these conversations about Nigeria, that Nigeria has been captured, and indeed the principalities and power that does not want Nigeria to progress as a nation, and the northern oligarchs, it seems like we are bigots. It seems as if we are profiling the Fulani's, but no. Everything that you listen to on this channel, right? And by the way, please kindly like, subscribe, and share. Everything that you listen to on this channel are what that is playing out. In Nigeria today, if you say that the oil money that we make, let we in the South, because it is our property. In fact, those people in Bayelsa who are wallowing in poverty, that oil is always found at their backyard, in their riverine areas. Now they cannot farm. They cannot go into their fishery. However, the oil that is seen at their backyard, they are giving stipend, while the majority share is going to the north. If Bayelsa rise up tomorrow and say, let us have a larger share, let us negotiate for from the 15% derivative that they are giving us, we want it to be increased to 25%. I will tell you that those that will rise up in their large numbers, of course, unarguably, will be the northern senators and governors, and of course, the oligarchs, as they are called. Why? Because they know that Nigeria, as it stands today, is their property. Their progenitor told them something. He said, Nigeria is the Fulani's estate. I mean, such insolence. Sometimes you look at them that, are these people, are they superior to us? Like, you issue a word and you say, Nigeria is the northern Fulani estate. When Uthman Danfodio was carrying out the Fulani jihad, this was the message he kept on passing until the Sadana of Sokoto said it. When they were about to Islamize and Fulanize the Middle Belt, when they were running the agenda of Northernisation of the Middle Belt, that was when, within the period of 1960 to 1970, when the Igbos were chased out of the north. The Igbos in their numbers were all they were run over. They sacked all of them from the civil service. They told them to go back to their region, in a country that we are pretending to be one. And today you are surprised, because I am not surprised, but you are surprised that a wicked that we have always thought is a man of steel, they bend like paper. Say, well, Nigeria is a difficult, you cannot just, you cannot tell people. Listen carefully. It is about time that we begin to enforce our worth as a southerner in Nigeria. For a very long time, we do not know our self-worth. Till this very day, I can tell you that the Middle Beltans do not know their value. And this is the reason why they are still very quiet. This is the reason why they have not been able to speak up to demand for their what? For their right, and of course, for their own equity of the national cake. However, as a South, we have to rise up. I see there are so many campaigns going on. Let us have that Igbo man. Let us have a Peter Obi. A Peter Obi will be malleable. At least he will still have that understanding that Tinubu is this. Well, if Obi wins, fine. I mean, it's okay by me. But Obi must not win and go there and he says he wants to be appeasing, or playing to the conscience of the North. Because the North will never pay you good for good. Use Jonathan as a case study. Look at what Jonathan did. Having built so many schools, built so many roads, at the end of the day, what did they do to him? They called him a weak man. They called him that he is killing their sons and daughters who are into banditry. At the end of the day, he was kicked out. So it is not surprising for me to see a Wike today folding and bending. It is because he knows that the principalities and powers, as far as Nigeria is concerned, will always have him on the radar. And it is only the hypocrisy of the Southerners, because we know that we cannot be looking for advancement and progress, and you are not bold enough to call a spade a spade. Now, by force, I know a Wike is a beneficiary of this Nigeria. So what should I expect? What should I expect? A Wike, everything he is today, he has enjoyed it from this charade called One Nigeria. So I do not expect him to say, let us regionalize. Because he knows that what is going on in Abuja is wrong. He knows that open grazing in Abuja is a wrong thing to do. But he no fit. He no fit. Thank you if you're just joining. Kindly like, subscribe, and share. Bye for now.
On open grazing in the FCT. When you assumed office, you mentioned short and long-term goals, and one of which is to bring a permanent end to open grazing in the FCT. How much of progress have you made so far?
See, that's why, that's not what she told you to say. Sometimes people are not practical. The country we are in, it's not an easy one. Nobody, no rational person will be happy seeing, I mean, cows, sometimes you are passing on the road, the cows will pass fast before you even.
They are here.
There's so much political, there's so much complications that you have to tread cautiously. You have to be very, very careful, understanding the complexity of our nation. Even now, they have so much crisis, so I don't compound the issue. But the truth is, nobody's happy about it. Nobody's happy about it. I don't want to do something that, governance is not like where you are running a private business. You have to tread cautiously. You have to tread cautiously. And we are doing everything we can to see that. Take, for example, where before I came, there was a place that our land was allocated for grazing reserve, about 1,000 hectares. If I tell you the fight we're fighting, so many people have encroached. You have land.
Any revolution that is coming now, you must stand very firm. They'll say, oh, you're Igbo. Oh, you're Yoruba. Oh, you're from Europe. Don't join them. It's our turn in 2023. If you do this, you will scuttle our chances of becoming the president in 2023. Ask yourself, all of them that have been president from time immemorial, what benefit has it brought to you as a human being? Absolutely none. So you have nothing to lose. Absolutely nothing to lose. You look at them now, how they have now descended on Yoruba people, asking them to concede, give us your forest, we must graze, we must do this, we must do that. And slowly before your eyes, they are giving in, they are capitulating, they are allowing them to go, oh, if you don't give it to us, so Tinubu will not be president in 2023. Tinubu won't be the president. That's what I'm saying to you. And foolishly you will agree and hand over your land to them. And once they take your land over from you, look at Hausa. Because there is a saying where we come from. If you want to know what your life is going to become in the future, look at Hausa people. If you want to understand, appreciate, I will say, the life that you are about to bequeath to your children and grandchildren, look at Hausa people. Is there any Hausa government today? Is there any Hausa emir? Is there land though? Katsina is Hausa land. Kanu is Hausa land. Sokoto is Hausa land. The Hausa people own it, indigenous to those areas. I'm asking you this question. Is there any Hausa man who is an emir in the north? The answer is no. Something's going to happen to you. If you don't rise up now to break, I'm not even asking people to break this, you demand for what rightfully belongs to you, your freedom. The freedom to decide. The freedom to write a constitution if you prefer. The freedom to live with whoever you want to live with. That is what we're asking for. But most people misunderstood what we are saying. And today, almost everything we have said about the zoo has come to pass. Everything we have told you, everything I told you has come to pass, hasn't it? Everything. Some people are still questioning and arguing.
Fulani'S are Nigerians. They don't even benefit from government. They don't enjoy schools. They don't enjoy hospitals.
The Miyetti Allah cattle breeders of Nigeria are saying that over 50,000 Fulani's and 4 million cows have been pied. These are serious allegations against the South and the Middle Beltons. Well, the guy, watch the video.
Presenting the president's address, MACBAN's National Secretary General Bello Gotomo said over 50,000 pastoralists have been killed and 4 million heads of cattle lost to ongoing violence in the region.
Welcome back. You're going to watch the full video at the end of this program, but quickly, the question is this a good news or bad news? And also, the MACBAN, who are the cattle pastoralists, have never come out to tell us that those Fulani's that go into the southern farmers, Sunday Jackson in Plateau State, whose cattle pastoralist went to his farm uninvited to hit the crops. Whenever some MACBAN came out to lament and said that, oh, we need to call all the Fulani breeders and Fulani cattle rearers into order. Where did they get the statistics that 50,000 Fulanis have been fired? Hey, this is broad daylight blasphemy, blackmail against the innocent Nigerians. Oh, yes. Was it not in this same Nigeria when one governor said that Fulanis are continental, what's it called? We call them continental citizens, global citizens. And when Buhari was even asked sometime when he was still in power, that why are the Fulani's? Why are they wielding cutlass? Why are they wielding weapons? He said, well, what they move around with worth millions, so therefore they need to protect it. That don't a businessman who has a shop, does he not install burglaries? Does he not install electric fences? So the only thing a Fulani Eda can do is to have a cutlass or at least a gun. We see that these were the things that gave the Fulani Edas some level and high level of embodiment, and ever since we started seeing them carrying cutlass and they became unquestionable. At this stage, we as a collective who are farmers, who have been affected and in numbers by Fulani elders, we also need to come out in our associations, different associations, because these are just high level of campaigns to rip off the Nigerian government for compensations. If we begin to count the numbers of people that have been fired by the Fulani elders, within the period of 2014 to date, I am sure they are not less than 50 million. Yes, if all of us want to be cooking up datas, yes, let us also cook our own. Otherwise, can we have the biodata of those that have been fired? Come out with a data, tell us that 50,000 people have been fired, Fulani elders, in this same country. In this same country, when we see so many attacks against, is in the middle belt, we know how the Fulani elders go for retaliatory attacks, because if a cow that they never